Hey, this is a response to Eddie, who's going through the PanzerBlitz East Front rules. I've got some pieces from PanzerBlitz Carentan expansion and Hill of Death. The question was, you can't. It says you can't attempt to recover from disruption at the end of the same operation in which you were disrupted. So basically, as far as I know, the main time that would come into play is when you're under your operation. So I pull an American ops chit to operate these guys. So I go through the steps. You know, I request any artillery, and then I fire, and then I move. So during movement, let's say he's moving. Sorry, I couldn't use a board, a map. My wife's on a phone call, so I had to sneak into the laundry room here. As you're moving, the German fires on him, and let's say he disrupts him. He gets a D result. So he is spent and disrupted. And just for grins, he's spent. Okay, so you're still in the American operation phase of that chit that I put down. I should have had a chit here. And so then after that, after movement, then the very last thing in that particular operation is attempt recovery. Well, he can't attempt recovery because he was disrupted in that operation. Okay, so now let's say that's it, and that's it for the operation. I pull a new chit, and let's say it's another American op chit. I could place it here or wherever, if it's an op 1 or 0. Well, if it's an op 0, I could place it here because it's a new operations phase at that point. Each operations chit is a new operation phase. And from the old instructions, so these are not the new ones, Eddie. These are the version 2.0. You can see that, you know, you go through. So what happens is every time you pull an operations chit, so I would request artillery, but he can't because he's spent disrupted. He can't fire because he's spent disrupted. Can't move. Can't cat. And then I could recover. So then I could roll for recovery. Okay, so that's that. That's how you could become. That's how you would maybe attempt to undo a disruption during your operations phase. Okay, the second question he had was about. So what happens here in the administration segment? There's several things that happens. It says mark eligible unit. Oh, no. So the question was, players remove any spent markers from the board. Okay, so this is what happens at the end of a turn. So all the op chits have been pulled, everything's been done. So you would pull this spent marker off. Okay, pardon me, don't get dizzy. And then it says, any spent markers from all spent disrupted markers are replaced with disrupted markers. And finally, move the turn record chart. Well, so in the game, now this may not be this way in the Vassal module, but I'm sure it will be. You just flip this over to disrupted. So, does that make sense? I hope so, and that's my response. See ya, Eddie, and all.